Hello, hello. Welcome to Practice Matters Daily. Today is gonna be a little more challenging because we're going to practice, you know, the modes in the C melodic minor scale. Then you can transpose to other melodic minor scales. This is a little this is a little bit different than playing the modes in the C major scale, C Ionian mode. So yes, the C melodic minor scale, just like all the other melodic minor scales, have you know you know what I'm trying to say. They all have modes, okay? All they, but I'm gonna use C melodic minor scale as our practice example. How do you arrive? How do we arrive at C melodic minor scale? Well, if you're playing the C major scale, if we are playing the C major scale, okay, all we need to do to play C melodic minor scale from the C major scale is to lower the third of the C major scale half step, okay, which is E. Move half step down, we get E flat, and we play the rest of the notes as is. Okay. Okay. The only difference between the C major scale and the C melodic minor scale is the flat 3. Is the flat 3, which is E flat. Okay, that's one way you can arrive at C melodic minor scale. If you're playing the C natural minor scale, which is the C Aeolian mode, you're gonna play flat 3, flat 6, and flat 7. Okay. Now to arrive at C melodic minor scale from the C natural minor scale, you need to remember that in the C melodic minor scale, there is no flat 6, there is no flat 7. There is natural 6, natural 7, So when we playing the C natural minor scale, what we need to do, we play the C natural minor scale, and when we get to play the flat 3, no, when we get to play the flat 6 and the flat 7, we lower them half step. Okay, so okay, 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, and then we got let's see, let me do that again. That okay? Okay, that's the natural minor. Now we're gonna play melodic, the melodic C melodic minor by lowering the flat 6 and flat 7. Okay, the flat 7 is B, and the flat 6, and the flat 7 is B flat, and the flat 6 is A flat. So we're going to lower those two half steps. All right. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to the modes. What we're gonna do is to cover 2 modes at a time, because in this scale, in this scale, the C melodic minor scale, for example, the modes are a little bit more challenging than those in the C major scale, for example. So, okay, the first mode is the C melodic minor scale. That's your first mode. Starting on the root. Okay, the mode is C melodic minor scale. Okay, but there's another name for it. It can also be called jazz minor scale. When it is considered as jazz minor scale, you play the scale the same, ascending and descending. Okay, the same way. Okay, like this. Okay, that's jazz minor scale. You play it the same way, as ascending and descending. Okay. In classical music, for example, I think you play the melodic minor scale, ascending, and descending. You play the natural minor scale. That's in classical music, but in jazz, is this the same way, ascending and descending? That's why it is also called jazz minor scale. Okay. So the first mode is what it is the C melodic minor scale. And what chords can you play that scale on? Well, you can play it on minor chords and minor major seventh chords. Okay, so if you have if you have C minor, for example, okay, you can play the C melodic minor scale over C minor. We can try it. Okay, so you can play the C harmonic, no, the C melodic minor scale over C minor chord. You can also play it over C minor major 7th chord. A major, a minor, a chord is called minor major 7th chord is when you play flat 3, okay, in this case E flat, and natural 7th, you know, in the chord. For example, I play, this is C minor, right? C, E flat, and G. That's your C minor. But if you add natural 7 to it, which is B natural, you get C minor major 7th. The flat 3 makes the flat 3 makes the chord minor, and the natural B, natural 7th, make it major 7. Okay, so C, E flat, G, and B natural, C minor major 7, and you can play over anytime you see you play this chord, C minor major 7, you can play the C melodic minor scale or mode over it. Let's try it. Okay, so I think you got it. That's the first mode. That's the first mode in the C melodic minor scale. Now let's move to the second mode in the scale, which starts on the note D. Okay, in the key of C melodic minor, D. All right. So you need to remember we're not going to change any note because we're playing the modes within the scale. All we are doing is start to play. All we are doing is play the scale starting on different notes. So now we're gonna start. We're gonna play the scale, the C. We're gonna play the C melodic minor scale starting on the note D, and that will give us the D something mode. we find out. We will find out. So now let's start from D. Okay. So we're gonna play D. Okay. So D, E flat, F, G, A, B, C, D. Okay. All right. So to make you so you can understand this mode here. Okay. Remember, in the C major scale, when you play, no, I'm talking about C major scale. In the C major scale, when you play D to D, you remember that? If you don't, you need to go and watch the videos, the videos that I posted on the subject. So, okay, in the C major scale, when on the second note D, okay, we play the Dorian mode, D Dorian mode, right? And now in the C melodic minor scale, we are playing the same Dorian mode, except we flatten a note, which is E flat. We have to play E flat because E flat is part of the C melodic minor scale. It is diatonic to the C melodic minor scale. So we have to play it. So what happens now, we got a Dorian mode, but when we start with D and then we start with D and we play D sharp, okay, which is well, sharp 2, which is give you actually it's going to be flat 9 in the key of D. Okay, flat 9. So now we have, instead of the regular D Dorian mode that we had in the C major scale, now we have D Dorian flat 9 in the key of C melodic minor scale. You need to write that down. Okay, so it's going to be okay. So I just played 2 modes in the key of C melodic minor scale. The first mode is a C melodic minor scale, which is also called which also can be called jazz minor scale, and that's the first mode. And the second mode on D, that's D Dorian flat 9. Now there's another name that I can use for the D Dorian flat 9, but I'm not going to do it now, because I don't want to confuse you, but maybe later on I can give you another name for the same mode, D Dorian flat 9. Okay, now what chord? Well, there's several chords. There are many chords that you can play that scale on, but I'm going to give you a specific chord built on the D note, that every time you see that chord, every time you play that chord, you can use that Dorian flat 9 mode in the key of C Ionian, no, not Ionian, I'm sorry, C melodic minor scale. But remember, you need to transpose to other melodic minor scale and practice. So, okay, let's see. The chord one chord that you can play that scale on is it's gonna be like let's see, it's gonna be flat 9 suspended 4 chord. Remember that. Dorian mode, for example, D Dorian mode flat 9 can be used on a flat 9 sus 4 chord. So, okay, let's try to build a D flat 9 suspended 4 sus 4 chord. All right, this is D. This is D major. We're practicing. We are practicing together. Okay. This is D triad. D, F sharp, and A. Okay. So remember, it's gonna be. No, we need to play D dominant 7th. So we need note C. Okay. Okay. Now we have D. We have D dominant 7. Okay. I'm going to play the C. I have C octave here. I'm going to play the C. I'm going to play the C right over here. Okay. Then I still have the D right here. I still have the F sharp. Then I got A. Okay, now. So now I need flat 9. So flat 9 is E flat. Okay. Okay. So. Okay, now I got E flat. So now. So okay, I have C, E flat, which is flat 9. I got A. So let's see, and I got F sharp, which is the 3rd. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. Because I'm looking for now. I need. Right now, we have D dominant 7 flat 9. That's what we have now. Yeah. But remember, I told you we need to play D flat 9 sus 4. So in this case, we sus 4. We need the 4th degree in the key of D major. That will be G. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think we got it. Okay. There you go. We have the chord now that we can use the D Dorian flat 9 on, which the chord is D, which is dominant, D, uh, uh, um, D flat 9 sus 4, which is actually D dominant 7 flat 9 sus 4. Okay? Now, what we can do, we can try to play the D Dorian flat 9 mode on the chord, on the D dominant 7 flat 9 sus 4 chord, to see how, you know, they get along. Let's see. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's play D Dorian flat 9 over the chord. Okay, that's it. That's it for today. Okay, we just learned two modes for now. In the key of C melodic minor scale. The first mode, C melodic minor scale, over that can be played over minor chords and minor major seventh chord, such as C minor and C minor major 7. And the second mode, that's D, that's D Dorian flat 9 mode, okay, in the key of C melodic minor scale, that can be played over D dominant 7 flat 9 sus 4. And all you need to do now is to transpose to other melodic minor scales and practice those two modes. Next time we're using the same example, C melodic minor scale, we will see two more modes, and so on until we finish. Okay, because it is a little bit more complicated than the modes in the C major scale. All right, until then, keep on practicing, and then have fun.